bottom of the deck. The Ace of Pentacles, okay? Someone missed an opportunity with you.
I insist upon my right to be multiple. I insist upon my right to be multiple. Even more so, I insist upon the recognition of my multiplicity.
Rising. Good morning, you guys. Let's get into another juicy morning tea. So what is the tea on you this morning? What do we need to know around the sensationalized news about you? So let's see, friends. Okay. Okay. We have the third house. We have rewards and recognition. We have Taurus energy, black magic, and the letter D. So I'm hearing that this could, this is like, this involves somebody that you outshine, okay? This is somebody that you really outshine. And it was, I think what happened was, this is a situation, this might have been somebody that you were dating. This could be someone that you were in the third house with. This is somebody who was, this was like a short vacation, or this was like a short trip, or a short encounter. Person, they have been, your intelligence was highlighted to someone. I don't know what this, who, like, this feels old, okay, but it was something in a situation where your intelligence was highlighted, and these people tried to, I don't know if this could be a group of people, a romantic partner, but these could be some type of interpersonal relationships that you had, where this could be roommates, or these could be just a situation where these were like people that you were around for a short period of time, having an interpersonal encounter with, perhaps passing by, perhaps you were on vacation, maybe you guys were, maybe you are like, in a different state for school or something like that. And these people were very stubborn. They were rejecting the intelligence so much. I'm also getting that there may have been a lot of text messages or emails or written or verbal communication with these people. And it showed that you had a good communication. It showed that you had intelligence, okay? And these people, they were, the juicy tea is that, people are saying, I don't know if people are saying this, or it's just after leaving them and not being able to cooperate with them, you went off and got rewards and recognition for the intelligence that they were trying to reject, is what I'm hearing. They were trying to reject something legitimate, or these people were literally just doing something, to doing some black magic, or doing something, some other kind of negative energy thing, okay? I feel like this was a situation where your kin or your siblings, or whoever this was that was close to you, someone that could have been close to you, that you were having physical pleasure with, perhaps. I'm getting that these are people, especially if they were romantic partners, they're very aroused by you, but they were not able to defend from a negative force, is what I'm hearing. They were not able to defend from some type of other interpersonal relationship that they had, where people who have been rejecting the legitimacy. I feel like this is I was going to say this earlier, but like this could be a situation even where somebody tried to like, someone tried to replace you, okay? And they tried to replace you and they thought that they can move you out of your position for somebody that wasn't intelligent. Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing someone tried to replace you with someone who wasn't intelligent, okay? And they thought that, like, something where they thought that they would get the same kind of reward to recognition. They thought that that they would have the same effect. That these people were. What the tea is that this person was not smart enough to fill your position. Okay, this person went to a lot of different extremes to try to. They were unhinged. I'm hearing someone who was very aroused by you and your sensuality. They grew embittered when you showed intelligence. Some of you got when they. I'm hearing that they refuse to recognize and reward the intelligence, or they just were not smart enough to understand these conscious written and verbal skills. It's like you were speaking clearly. You were not leaving anything to be misconstrued. And I'm also getting that you might have even done something to make the situation soothing or to make it easy to follow the directions or to follow the communication. And they still were rejecting the legitimacy. Some of these people, they tried, like I said, some of them, they tried to move you out of your position after you, I don't know, they tried to move you out of your position after you, oh, look what we have on the bottom of the deck. The Ace of Pentacles, okay? Someone missed an opportunity with you, perhaps. I'm hearing that the tea on you is that the men missed an opportunity with you because although they are aroused by you, they were struggling with your intelligence and they tried to replace you with somebody dumb. I don't think that they thought that they, like, I don't know, I guess they thought that you were just like, that they could replace you because you were just a pretty face, or they could replace you, or there's something, or that they can, I'm hearing something where they might have even tried to undermine your feminine energy to go explore other options or to make their other options receptive. It's like they'll harness feminine energy from you, but they were too intimidated to like they were too intimidated by you. So they see you as this like the abundant divine feminine person, and they undermine your feminine energy to try to go heal something with an ex or to try to go explore other options. And the tea is that none of those options worked. They did not get the same results. They did not get rewards and recognition around their house, and they just watched you turn around and get rewards and recognition. Okay, so I think that like that is what the juicy tea is that like I'm hearing time told, and that they thought that somebody could take your position is what I'm hearing, but they found out that this person does not have conscious written and verbal skills, that they did not have material goods, that they were not able to they were not pleasing and soothing as you is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing nobody compared to you. They've been desperate to find that sensual touch that they receive with you, but because they grew embittered by your intelligence or the way you communicated, they, they, they chose someone else, or they tried to replace you, and then they realized that you were immovable. I think that the reason why they tried to replace you is they wanted to stop you from getting rewards and recognition. They wanted to stop you from getting money. They wanted to stop you from having a home, or a physical structure, so that you could, for some of you, so that you could be depended on. But for others, it was just that these people wanted you to lose security, wealth, and possession so that they can try to empower somebody else. I'm hearing that they tried to empower somebody else, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but this person did not get the same results. Y'all, this person did not get the same results. I'm hearing that this person fell short by quite the distance, and they just watched you go off and I'm hearing something where you may have even took their business plan, or you may have took something from them and helped them realize that they didn't have the conscious skills, the communication skills to make it a success. So some of them, they thought that this replacement would do the same thing that you did, and they didn't get any rewards and recognition. They just get. I'm hearing that they don't get press, they don't get social media influence. Um, they're not rewarded and recognized for their intelligence because they don't have any. Okay, they don't have any, friend. And I'm getting that they tried to put somebody, like this person may have even, this could even been a romantic partner where they gave this person your clothes, or they gave this person your belongings or something like that. They gave this person your belongings, or your position, so that to like remove you, but then they see you went off somewhere else and got rewards and recognition and became immovable. And so like they really just sit back and watch you, is what I'm hearing. They watched you, and they say that you were methodical and patient, and you were able to still be successful or something like that. What's a juicy morning tea on you, friends? Okay. Um, with this person, what happened? We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, I think that this was subconscious. They thought that they could replace you. This was like it was really their fear of your intelligence that made them choose something dumb. I'm hearing they chose something dumb, or they chose a convention that they were not able to move forward with, right? And I think that they projected, like, I don't know, something. I'm hearing men who are very aroused by you and find you to be pleading and soothing. They It's like, I don't know if they knew that you were immovable, but it wasn't your sensuality that made you immovable. It was your intelligence that made you immovable. I'm hearing you ate their ass up and gave it back. And I'm getting that they literally sat back and watched you to see if you would be moved out of your position. These people, I'm hearing that these are men who tried to replace you and tried to stop you from having security, wealth, and possessions, and tried to stop you from having material goods. Some of them, they started getting their ex, or they started getting someone else the same material goods, or they started giving them the same gifts, or taking them to the same places, or tried to give them the same rewards that they gave you. And but because this person did not have interpersonal skills and good communication, they never got the same results, is what I'm hearing. And they see that they're very stressed out about that. I'm hearing that after releasing this subconscious illusion that this person could replace you, I'm hearing that the juicy tea on you is that you cannot be replaced, and that they were really delusional to do this. With the moon, like, I don't know, something about the moon be screaming delusional, and it's like something that's happening from a subconscious place, something that they were really not aware of, and they acted from this subconscious illusion, and thought that they could find your sensual touch somewhere else, and thought that they can find your spirit somewhere else. They thought that they could find your written and verbal skills somewhere else. But your intelligence was so highlighted in this situation, and it became clear that this person, whoever they tried to replace you with, that this person did not have an analytical ability, that they didn't even really have a basic grasp on anything, or a practical sensibility. This person was not, I'm hearing that something about this, it was clear that this person was not, it was delusional, friends, but their subconscious fear was like they were really intimidated by your intelligence. And I think that what happened is that this person realized that this person didn't have an early education, and that they were not able to share their intelligence with others because they don't have it, right? They couldn't perform the role and share with others, or I'm getting that something where this was a partner where you guys may have worked on business plans together, or you had mutual dreams together, and they knew that you were the one that had the practical sensibility and basic grasp around this project and the way you were doing. And they see that, like, instead of working with them, you took your dream and you gave it to somebody else, or you took your dream and made it successful on your own, and left them with the irrational replacement. I'm hearing that you left these people with a lot of anxiety and burden because that was not logical whatsoever. I'm hearing people are saying that they were delusional to think that this person could replace you when they were not smart enough to, friend. And I'm also getting that they never compared to the sensuality as well. They realized that this person did not have the same belongings as you, and so they tried to get them to the same belongings. This person I'm hearing, they showed up with a third party, and this person was dressed like you. Or this person, I'm hearing that they showed up with a third party that was dressed like you, or somebody who thought that they can cook like you, somebody who thought that they could, that they projected your spirit onto someone else, because like what they really was, it was a wishful thinking of this person that was less intimidating because they didn't have intelligence, but it was really an illusion. They feel like, the juicy tea is that this person is looking forward towards a positive direction, but they have a lot of anxiety around this, around your physical pleasures. It's like you left them, and I don't know, this happens a lot. Even if you have a very like pleasing and sensual relationship with someone, as soon as they see your intelligence, they project the fears, the illusions, okay? And people, like, it's really because they're not smart, I think, and they were with somebody who wasn't smart. Like, I'm hearing that they thought that their business was going to take off, or they thought that they were going to go get the same rewards and recognition, and they literally did not. By giving this person your clothes or giving this person your position, I'm like, that's so weird that they showed up dressed like you. I'm hearing that somebody, a third party that they thought was going to remove you from your position. Like, I don't know why they thought that this was going to happen. It was never going to happen. It's like they were a runner. They ran away from the relationship. But when they did this, it made they missed their opportunity. It was no coming back. And they said that some of these people, they thought that they could come back. And they thought that they could sit at a crossroads for a long time and have you waiting while they explore some illusion. I'm hearing that it was literally the illusion of attraction, and that this person was not. I'm hearing that this person didn't smell like you either. I'm hearing that this person, they didn't have the same perfumes or lotions and clothes that you had, and so they kept comparing everything about you to this person, and so it just so happened that this person started showing up like you. It's like, I don't know. They may have known, the third party may have known you, or somebody else that tried to replace you may have known you or seen you, and then they thought that, mirroring you and trying to pretend like they had, like, I don't know, something where they tried to have a sensual relationship with somebody, and it was fake. It was all a projection of an illusion. It was all a projection of you. This was black magic, okay? This was not real. And I think that as this person releases the influence of this black magic or this energy manipulation, where the energy manipulation was the delusional belief that they could replace you. It was so strange that they thought that they could move you out of your position, friend. And it's like, a lot of it is that this person was nowhere near smart enough through the third house. I'm hearing they were nowhere near having a basic grasp on how to replace you. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but your house is very rewarded and recognized. And they saw that after leaving them, that you were patient and you outgrew them. I mean, you totally outgrew them and left them behind. And you made them look like an idiot in front of this whole group of people who couldn't accept intelligence, is what I'm hearing. They see that, like, the juicy tea is that this person, because they had this karmic challenge, right? They had this karmic challenge of projecting the illusion of attraction of you. This was really you. They really wished that this loser, right, was your sensuality. They wished this loser had your material goods. They wished this loser was a physical pleasure to them. But it was because they were not able to communicate, and they were really offended by your communication. And this was a karmic challenge that you have. Despite this partner being super aroused by you, they projected a subconscious fear, and they might have gotten scared of the intelligence, or they felt like they weren't good enough, they weren't smart enough. And truthfully, they weren't, right? And a lot of them, they had this karmic challenge with somebody. Like, this was energy manipulation, this was delusion, right? To be projecting this kind of illusion onto somebody when you, like, it's like, that was weird. Like, they were not, and I'm getting that over time, right? It just, like, happened where they had to release this illusion. It's like, you can't keep trying to justify this, because it's not making sense. Like it happened. Like, something happened where the reality became incontrovertible. they were not getting rewards and recognition, okay? And it's because like they were trying to deny the facts of reality. They were like, they might have even told you like, oh, this person is just as good as you, or they're better than you, or I chose somebody better than you, or they really tried to make you internalize a rejection. But this was really their own self-rejection and rejecting written and verbal skills. I'm hearing that you were speaking very clearly, and that you were the one that had the basic grasp, and you were the one that had the, like, I don't know, something where you were kind of, you were the brains of the brains of the operation. And then they tried to go act like, I'm hearing people were rejecting legitimate authority, or they tried to act like they wanted somebody else, and they tried to act like if they tried, I'm hearing a man with a third party thought that they could like compete with you, by copycatting and trying to give them trying to give them your sex, trying to give them your materials, trying to give them the same, gifts and rewards that they gave you, but it literally did not get the same results. And everybody's saying that they're stressed at night because they ended up reversing in life with the Wheel of Fortune. They ended up reversing in life. They ended up declining in life, decelerating in life. This person was not what they thought that it was. And I'm getting that, just you still, like, you staying in your position, like they wanted to stop you from doing your work. They wanted to stop you from getting rewards and recognition by taking away their reward that they gave you, or taking away the security that they gave you, or some other kind of resource that you were using someone else's resources. They tried to take it away from you, and they see that you just went off and got even more rewards and recognition, and you really shot in their face, because they're like, they were whack as fuck. And I'm hearing that they feel like such an idiot, because what this really was is that this person was not smart enough. It's like, we don't care about the sex. You can pretend, you can bust a nut so quick, right? And just be like, okay, we don't have to think about it being sensual and pleasing. We don't have to really smell each other. We can just keep our, like, something where this person they be fucking with their clothes on still, or something like that. They fuck with their clothes on, or they just were not good in bed. They were not flexible enough. Some of them, they stank. They don't smell like you. I'm not gonna say they stank, but they don't smell like you. And they just was like, this was an illusion in black magic, energy manipulation, shape shifting. This person was shape shifting and projecting the image that served them, and your image served them, and they kept perpetuating an illusion and projecting your image onto this person. And they kept telling themselves like, yeah, this is gonna be the replacement. Yeah, we gonna give rewards and recognition. Yeah, I'ma move what's the name out their position. And they're the ones that declined in life, and you went off and got even more rewards and recognition. Like, you were immune from the whole situation. You did not decline whatsoever. Your position cannot be replaced. You can give somebody the same motherfucking outfit, clothes. You can give somebody the same possessions, and they still not gonna make it shake like, shake the way we do, okay? And this was a waste. They're saying that they invested in somebody that was a waste, and they said that this person was not intelligent and did not have an early education, that this person was not a good communicator, that they didn't know how to do anything, okay? And that's so crazy, because they went and invested in somebody that they thought could take your position. They wanted somebody to do the same things that you used to do for them, right? And that didn't work, right? When this person came around, they paled in comparison so bad. They shrank so bad next to you, or they're not smart enough to get rewarded and recognized, okay? And they just felt like they invested poorly because they projected an illusion of you, okay? And this led to their reversing in life. I'm hearing they got set behind, and you just blossomed, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you blossom right before their eyes. Some of them want to make plans to come back to you, or with the Four of Pentacles, they want to hold on to what you guys have left, okay? They know that they lost a lot by investing poorly in this dupe. They knew that they lost a lot when they tried to move you out of your position. They knew that you grew a resentment, or that you stopped liking them, you stopped being attracted to them, or they missed a major opportunity, and some of you guys started exploring other options, or I'm hearing you started getting other letters, or you started writing about somebody else. I'm hearing something where you started to get inspired, or started to write about somebody else, and they knew this is like making them anxious, because you fell out of love with them, because they went and gave your sex to someone else. Like, I think that's the worst thing that you can do. That's the worst thing that you can do in a relationship, where you have a pleasing and sensual relationship with somebody, you have a mutual dream with somebody, like a marriage or something like that, is to go off and give somebody else sex. This person was, it's like these third parties, they come around and they pretend to be nurturing, sensitive, and caring. They pretend to be really into them, and this was just the image that served them. They were really just trying to steal money, right? They were really trying to steal money. This was not a sensual relationship. It was not a pleasing relationship. This person does not smell like you. This person does not act like you. This person does not have education. The reason why you have this deep intimacy is because it's a mental cognitive connection. It's mentally stimulating. And so but because they were so offended and got like offended by, I'm hearing a lot of these people got offended by enlightenment. They thought that's the quickest way to lose attraction. That's the quickest way to break trust, right? To sit up and try to pretend like you want. It's like they really pretended like they wanted somebody else. It's like they said that they were like, some of them, they were like, oh, they started they were trying to get orgasms with somebody else. Is what I'm hearing. They were trying to get orgasms with somebody else, and they feel like, some of them, they destroyed their home, destroyed their family, because they were trying to get an orgasm from somebody else. But this was just an illusion of an image that they were projecting. This was black magic. This person was not into them. This was not a sensual relationship. This person just wanted material goods. They wanted money. They were never like able to fulfill the mutual dream. And it was not actually, it was a shape-shifting. It was it was false. It was fraudulent. This person is not nurturing, sensitive, and caring. You just felt more comfortable with that because you were so afraid of intelligence. These could be men that were struggling with their sexuality. They literally had a shadow. They literally had an addiction or a shadow attachment to an ex that they formed out of a subconscious fear about you. It's like they got too triggered by your intelligence, or too triggered by the sensual experience. They went back to, they could have went back to their ex, or they went to something that was less intimidating and tried to pretend like they wanted it. Okay. And people are saying that this did not get them the expansion. They knew, like, something where they could no longer deny the facts of reality because they started reversing in life. They started losing money. I'm also getting that this person, I'm getting that the mask of their karmic fell off. Okay, their mask fell off, and they realized that this person was karmic. And that's the juicy tea, is that they realized that this person was karmic, and that this attraction that they said that they were so attracted to, like they were trying to act like they needed to go have sex. They was like, I don't know, something where they really like, oh my God, oh, I'm so into you, right? They were like, oh, they were trying to act like they were so into this ex or something like that. And this was not the root of their desire. You were the root of their desire, and this was a displacement onto an ex. But that's so offensive, and I feel like afterwards you felt very disrespected. The trust broke down really bad, and you just lost attraction for them, and they ended up reversing in life while you went off to be successful. And that's the juicy tea, is that they tried to act like they were into some third party, but that was really like that was not attraction. Okay, that was not real attraction. That was their desire to move you out of your position. Okay, that was them fearing your intelligence. That was delusional. Yeah, the fool in the reverse. That was a foolish risk. That was a bad risk that they took. I'm hearing that when they took that risk on an ex or some other third party that they claimed that they wanted, like something where they tried to act like it was like this is like a psychological lust. It's like they were not able to control themselves. It's like they knew that you were the one for them, or they knew that you were their house and rewards, and that they knew that your position was immovable, y'all. And so when they took this risk, you ended up moving them out of the position. Okay, it's like something where they thought that you moved on. I'm hearing that they reversed in life by going to take a risk on an ex, and projected, their new loving relationship and family onto the ex. But the ex was really a disappointment. It was fake. It was not real. This was an illusion. This was black magic, energy manipulation, shape-shifting, right? But because they were triggered by communication, they failed. I'm getting that you ended up moving on to somebody else, and they missed their opportunity, and they feel like an idiot because you moved on and didn't give them a new opportunity. Like I said, The worst thing that you can do is give my sex and orgasms to somebody else. The worst thing that you can do is give my position to somebody else when my position is immovable. Imagine trying to move me up out my motherfucking seat. And then you sitting up watching me every day. Fucking somebody new. That's the gag, Fran, is that they took this naive risk. It was foolish. They know they ended up losing a lot. Okay? They were not successful. Okay? With the third party ex, okay, they were not successful. Okay? That was yeah, this ex was just a loser, a convention, a deliberate disloyal loser that they were projecting their wishful thinkings of, something less intimidating. It was just their escapism and them not wanting to hold themselves responsible for having good communication, right? Instead of communicating, they just went to something and pretended that that was what they wanted. Like literally, a lot of them literally sat up and pretended like this person was what they wanted. And they might have even got orgasms, but it was like literally what this is a mental illness. Like have you ever had sex with somebody that you knew that it was not good? Okay, you knew that they were a loser, you knew that they were a bum. You know that that's not going to be your mutual dream. That's not going to be your rewarded house. That's not going to, that is a lot of times it's not even the physical pleasure, but sometimes people can get drawn into strong emotions where they will literally think that they'll literally think that it's pleasure, right? But really it's a conflict about you. Well, really it is they wish that they had, like, I'm also getting that some of it is that they were in denial about their past, that they really have been rejected and abandoned, that this person was just there for money, okay? This person was not in love with them. They might even be playing songs and playing music, or like I said, putting up an image like they're in love and that this is sensual and pleasurable, and they might be taking vacations and going to trips and stuff like that, but these people are not having a sensual experience. This is like a loser or a convention. The T is that they replaced you with a convention, and that this person, they thought that they would have the same results. They thought that they would get a rewarded house. They thought that they would have a sensual relationship. They thought that they would, that this person would have good communication skills in the business or something like that. And this person was just a loser. They did not. I'm hearing that didn't happen. They reversed in life. I don't know how else I could say it, but the T is that they're very stressed about you and they're trying to cling on to what you have left. But the worst thing that you can do is try to replace me and pretend like you're having a better experience with somebody else. That wasn't true. That was an illusion. A fear-based orgasm is what I'm hearing. A fear-based orgasm. I'm hearing it was really because they were lacking. They were really lacking communication skills. They were really lacking a basic grasp, right? You ultimately came in there to help them, but you end up just seeing them as community service projects. That's what I'm hearing. They're really just bums, okay? Yeah, they're getting left behind. Yeah. And I'm hearing the third party is also getting left behind. I mean, it's something where they might try to plan to come towards you and leave the third party behind. But, I think that you started to like somebody else, start writing about somebody else, and started getting the ick, right? You definitely can't touch me after trying to pretend like somebody else was the one. I'm hearing they went over there trying to pretend that somebody else was the one, or they tried to, patch up things with their ex or something like that, or tried to parade around their ex. I'm like, oh, you definitely don't got shit to say to me now. I'm hearing something where, like, you guys are totally separated. Nah, you totally are leaving this person behind. They got left behind with the karmic challenge, right? This was not real, okay? The karmic challenges, they're illusions, y'all. This person was really a convention, a loser, and they just wanted to do something conventional. They never had the intelligence. They were never going to get rewarded and recognized, okay? This was just somebody that they had a wishful thinking around because they got mad about you, and now they feel like an idiot because this person, it was a foolish risk, friends. They got them left behind, okay? It was a foolish risk. Yeah, I'm getting that they changed their perspective. They shifted their perspective after releasing this illusion, okay, around somebody, right, where they said that that was the orgasm that they wanted. That was the ass that they wanted, right? They said that was who they wanted, friend, but that ended up getting them left behind, right? And they could no longer deny the facts of reality. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this person was just this is a this is a sign that they chose someone else, or they chose someone who was desperate. They chose someone who was a convention loser, someone who would do anything for the material goods, someone who would do anything to to act like they had the same spirit as you. And here they just settled for somebody who was pretending to be you. Okay, but I'm also getting that it came to a point where this person can no longer deny that this person was false. Something happened where they no longer could deny this person was false, and they're really alone now. Okay, they're not with this third party, and even if they do go with them or hang out with them, or they're seen together or something like that, this is not a real collaboration. They're not working on anything. Okay, these are just people who are getting left behind, getting subsumed by the void of nothingness. Okay, getting subsumed by the void of nothingness. You left these people. They're very unstable behind the scenes because they took this risk, and when the illusion came down, they realized that it was karmic and that they were getting left behind. Okay, I'm getting that some of these people, this person might show up and they might inspire a passion, but this is not attraction. Some of them, they'll do something to, like with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands, this third party or whoever thought that they could replace you, friend, that was hilarious. This was something, a person that they needed to discern. Okay, this was not real. This Queen of Wands is somebody that's not actually eliciting the desire for sex. It's not actually aroused. This is someone, they'll do anything to show up as a Queen of Wands. They'll do anything to show up like to make it seem like they're, oh my God, I really want you, baby. Oh, I really want sex from you, baby. Oh, remember, all these good times that we had, right? These people will literally show up and do anything. It's not because they're attractive. It doesn't have anything to do with the way that they look. It's literally because these people will come around. They might start a fight, or they might throw a tantrum. They might call with an emergency. They'll do all kinds of things, but these people are really just disloyal in conventions. They're literally not smart either, and it's not a mentally stimulating relationship. It's not real chemistry. It is really just a fight or a conflict, or someone who will do anything so that they can stick around and give them material goods. But they really got disillusioned by this person. They were not as great as they thought that they was. Like, they'll show up as the Queen of Wands, but like, ooh, sexy. Oh, ooh, I'm aroused by you. Oh, baby. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, baby. Can you pay my rent? Oh, baby. Can you buy me the same handbag and clothes as the one that the one that you were scared of, or the one that you tried to that you replaced, right? And that is literally a psychological lust, and literally someone who's delusional. This Queen of Wands is a convention. They're not like, they're the Queen of Cups, really. This is the Queen showing up as the Queen of Wands is them needing to discern. Like, this is not arousal, this is not passion, this is not intimacy. This is someone who will do anything and have become desperate to remain relevant. Okay, so yeah, I think that they felt invested with that person, but this person is not a star, and it is not manifesting anything. And I think that, like, this is just a relationship that they're codependent on after getting disillusioned. It was a wasted investment. So some of them, like, literally this happens. Like, imagine, making a poor decision and getting disillusioned, and then just having to stick with that because that's what you invested in, right? You got caught up in a karmic challenge, and so just stick with that, friend. Okay, keep that same energy. You know, because I think that most definitely you don't want anymore. You're leaving them behind. And they see you as looking so fine and good now. You look so grounded and rewarded, and they just are sitting with this loser who did anything and they bought into it. I'm hearing that that's always the karmic challenge, is that you will always be met with somebody who will do anything and that will to pretend like they're into you, to pretend like they to pretend like but this is really them shape-shifting and projecting an image that served them. This person is not really into you. They don't really love you. This is not really, sensual or pleasing. This is a imaginal point of view, and you sitting up pretending to be with somebody because you were too intimidated by the truth and the intelligence. And a lot of them, they are trying to hold on to what they have with you, but you made them feel so unstable. I don't think that they were able to, I'm hearing the truth is that the body is better. The truth is the intelligence is better. The house is better. And they didn't get the same results trying to replace you. That's what I'm hearing, okay? That's the gag, friends. They had to discern and ask. They were like, oh, they thought because they had invested in this person, or they thought that because they had a past with this person, they were drumming up nostalgia or something like that, or they thought that this person was more trustworthy, or that it was because they invested more with someone else, or they had, like, this person was around before. I'm hearing an ex for real, y'all. But this ex was really just someone who was trying to steal sex, money, and power. They were just projecting an image. This was not what they thought it was, and they feel like an idiot. Okay? That's the juicy morning tea on you. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.